Welcome to the Transition and Employment Projects at the University of Montana Rural Institute for Inclusive Communities. This is our new website. We're so excited to be able to share it with you. Lots of information here, and we're going to go through some of the components. But first, we wanted to introduce ourselves. My name is Teresa Baldry, and I'm one of the staff at the project.
And my name is Kim Brown, and I'm one of the other project coordinators for the Transition and Employment Projects. And we're really pleased that you joined us today, and we would like to show you a few features on our website. So we'll start with health, and health is one of the areas that isn't always talked about when we're talking about transition. But if you're not healthy, how can you do the other things that you want to do as an adult? How can you go to work, have your own home, be in relationships? You need to take care of your health. So we have some resources here to help you do that. We have Planning Your Transition from Pediatric to Adult Healthcare. That's a workbook that you can use to help plan your transition into the adult healthcare system. We have Developmental Disabilities and Mental Health Guide, which offers some tips about taking care of your mental health. And if you're someone who provides mental health services to young adults, this guide offers you some tips in how to do that in a respectful way. There's also a link where you can access what's called the Medical Home Portal. And the portal will give you information about all different kinds of diagnoses and conditions so you can learn more. And also you can look up who provides services for different diagnoses and conditions around the state of Montana. We have a link to the Taking Charge of My Healthcare Toolkit. This comes out of Oregon and has some great worksheets and tips to help you prepare for the transition to adult healthcare. And then we have the Got Transition website link, and I'll turn it over to Teresa to tell you a bit more about that.
So Got Transitions is a national resource, and they have an online quiz that as a youth you could take and learn where you're at and what you started to consider. On our website, we've linked to the Youth Readiness Assessment for all of the pieces you might consider as to where you're at in being ready to take over your own health care. Just for families to know, there is also a caregiver support person readiness assessment. And that will move us to our next component on our website that we wanted to share, which is training.
And before we hop over to training, Teresa, do you want to say a couple of words about the handout, the AUCD Seeing People with Disabilities handout?
Sure, sorry about that, Kim. So a handout that we shared and included in the information we have is from the Association of University Centers on Developmental Disabilities. This is a resource we included in handouts and wanted to make sure was available to you from the Association of University Centers on Disability, Seeing People with Disabilities. The first piece I want to draw your attention to is 1 in 4 American adults has a disability. These 3 pieces work together in supporting individuals. So in ACT, what actions can I take to advance my services? What's something I need to do as an individual with a disability or a service provider? Connect. Who can I connect with for additional support? Both as an individual, who do I need to be reaching out for? And as a professional serving individuals with disabilities, who do I need to connect with for meaningful training, for best practices? What services might they need in the community that I need to know about? And serve. Do I serve my community, and see people with disabilities? If so, how am I learning to do that? How am I engaging a variety of disabilities so that I am best prepared to support them in moving forward? Thanks, Kim.
The next page we'd like to draw your attention to is the training and events page on our website. Here's where you'll find any upcoming training events that we have, and these are always free. And you'll also find the archived recordings of webinars that we've already done. So, for example, right now you can visit our website and you can learn more about Social Security and SSI, work incentives. We have a webinar called You Can't Pour from an Empty Cup, which offers lots of suggestions for taking care of yourselves and renewing yourselves and re-energizing yourselves. And we have a whole series of webinars around customized employment, healthcare transition, pretty much any transition related topic that you're interested in, we would have a video on here. And if you have any questions at all, you can contact the Rural Institute Transition and Employment Projects, and we will help you find what you're looking for. And Teresa, I'll turn it over to you for alternatives to guardianship.
This is our last tab on the homepage. And here, if you're an individual who is becoming an adult, turning 18, and want to know how you can be supported as you continue to make decisions, I'd really suggest taking a look at our less restrictive option fact sheet. It'll dispel some myths that are commonly exposed to people, information you might have heard that you don't necessarily understand or agree with. We also have available our Alternatives to Guardianship Toolkit. Within that, as you can see on the website, there's individual components, or you can download it all together, but either as a person supporting someone who is learning to make decisions, or as an individual making your own decisions. We have sample forms, and we have different components that might be of interest to you as you become a decision maker.
So check out our website and come visit us in our Zoom room on Tuesday, November 17th. Bring with you any questions you might have, any requests for information that you need. We'd love to visit with you.
Thanks all.
Thank you. Bye.